This is NDTV. And you're watching Ndtv-Hindu.
You're watching News Tonight on Ndtv-Hindu with me, Ramanathan. Let's take you through the top stories tonight. Is the PMK divided over the DMK alliance offer? PMK postpones the decision on the offer once again. Ahead of Rajapakse's visit to India, Karunanidhi asked the Prime Minister Manmohan Singh to discuss Tamil's rehabilitation problem with the Lankan president. Man held for cheating people in an online job scam. CBCID warns internet users of online job rackets. Rivalry turns deadly in Puducherry prison. Life-term inmate admitted to hospital with serious injuries after a gang war. Documents showing City Corp backing Deshpande on the Pune bid revealed, but Sharad Pawar says Deshpande was going to form a new company. Well, is the PMK divided over whether or not to accept the ruling DMK's offer to join its alliance? A week after the governing DMK party welcomed its former ally, the PMK, to rejoin its alliance, the PMK appears confused and divided about how it should react and has delayed its decision until Tuesday. Well, some say that it is inevitable that the PMK joins the alliance. Some believe PMK cadres might not take up to the DMK offer just as easily. Our political reporter Shabir Ahmed reports.
Loyalty test
Loyalty test
That looks like a truly warm welcome that reflected Karunanidhi's long political experience. His promise to help the PMK win a parliamentary seat next year, but not now, has left the former ally so thoroughly confused, it has decided to delay its response. Sources say this meeting convened by PMK founder Ramdas will primarily assess the mood among the party workers, amid reports that the entire party is extremely unhappy with the leadership. Many within the PMK feel it has suffered its worst humiliation in its latest dealings with the DMK. Ramdas is apparently against the reunion, but his son Anbumani Ramdas wants to grab the DMK's offer. But he preferred not to make a direct comment.
Sir, just two questions, sir.
Nothing.
Just two questions.
Excuse me, nothing. I'm not talking. Respect my sentiments, please.
Yes.
Thank you.
The PMK's dilemma has turned the focus on its executive committee meeting on Tuesday, when it is expected to decide which way to go. But switching sides is nothing new for Dr. Ramdas. In Chennai with Shabir Ahmed, Jason Tosh for NDTV-Hindu.
Meanwhile, the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Karunanidhi is now mounting pressure on Prime Minister Manmohan Singh, asking him to look into the rehabilitation of over 80,000 Tamils as promised by the Sri Lankan government. Now, ahead of Lankan President Mahinda Rajapakse's visit to India on June 8th, the Chief Minister has asked the Prime Minister Manmohan Singh to discuss this issue with the President. Many Tamilians are still living in transit camps, and the Chief Minister insisted that those families that have been rehabilitated and settled elsewhere need to be provided with chances of economic development. Well, you can also watch our special documentary show Blood on Water about the plight of the Sri Lankan Tamils tonight at 10 p.m. Well, it could all been a scene out of Kamal Haasan's famous movie Virumandi. Clashes broke out today at the central prison in Puducherry between two groups of prisoners. A gangster identified as Manigandan serving a life term suffered serious injuries in the clashes. He is receiving treatment at the Jipma hospital in Puducherry. He was attacked by a rival group led by another convict also serving a life term. The two groups pelted stones at each other during the clashes. A long-running enmity is believed to have led to the incident. The central prison in Kalapet has about 700 inmates as of today. Sharad Pawar may have maintained his investments in the company. The city corporation does not link him to the IPL bidding process, but now BCCI sources have told NDTV that there is a clear and documented evidence to prove that when Aniruddha Deshpande made a bid for the Pune IPL team, he was acting for the company and not in his individual capacity. NDTV has learnt of a letter written in January earlier this year which clearly authorized Deshpande to bid on behalf of the company. The supporting documents that were submitted for the bid were all the company's documents, including the balance sheets of City Corp. A subsequent letter that Deshpande claims is proof that the company did not want him to go ahead with the bid has been described by highly placed sources as fabricated evidence. Reacting to these reports, Sharad Pawar has spoken to NDTV and has just said that because he has shares in City Corp does not mean that he is involved in all decisions taken in the company. Sharad Pawar also said that Deshpande did submit company documents for the IPL bid but was going to form a new entity, a separate company, if he won the bid. He further said that business investments do not connect him to IPL teams. He may have, for instance, a stake in the United Brewery Group subsidiary, but that does not mean he has anything to do with Vijay Mallya's Royal Challengers.
This is not a controversy. The document that you have acquired is already in the tender and it is a January document. So any tender which is a large tender needs to be studied for at least 4 to 8 weeks. Once the study is complete, on the March 17th when the board meeting was there of City Corporation Limited, the board decided that we will not bid as a company for this tender. The purchase period of the tender was over, so I had no option to purchase the tender. The letter which you are seeing, the first letter, is a public document because it is attached with the tender itself. The other documents which you are showing me is the internal document which I gave to the media 2 days back. And those letters very clearly say that without any financial burden, without any kind of burden, CCL allows me to bid in my personal capacity. The IPL board, governing council board, before the bidding, I have given them a letter which is also on the record, which IPL commissioner has confirmed yesterday that I would form a new consortium, a joint venture. And that's why there is no controversy on any letter.
Now, BCCI Chief Shashank Manohar has hit back at suspended IPL Chief Lalit Modi, accusing him of deliberately twisting facts and tarnishing the image of the board members. Manohar said that it was Lalit Modi who wanted Chirayu Amin to be a part of the consortium that bid for the Pune IPL team and sent a message to the Pune bidders asking them to contact Chirayu Amin.
The BCCI hitting back at Lalit Modi a day after the suspended IPL commissioner made a startling statement that interim IPL commissioner Chirayu Amin was involved in an unsuccessful bid for the Pune IPL franchise. Modi's latest shock bomb was linked to his defense of his mentor Sharad Pawar, who along with his wife and daughter, as reported by a leading daily on Friday, held over 16% stake in City Corp, a firm that had bid for the Pune franchise in March. Modi dismissed Pawar's involvement as absolute rubbish and went on to name a consortium that involved 3 parties linked to the failed bid for the Pune franchise: Aniruddha Deshpande, the MD of City Corp, Akruti Builders and BCCI Vice President Chirayu Amin. But the board has now sought to set the record straight. Shashank Manohar in a media release on Saturday made it clear that Amin had informed the board of being approached by City Corp for the Pune bid, and if the company did in fact win the bid, then he would seek formal sanction from the board. Manohar has also attached a copy of Amin's letter to the board which states that he wishes to invest 10% into the Pune franchise pending a formal sanction from the board if the bid is successful. Shashank Manohar further states that Modi is merely trying to malign the board and its members because he himself is right now in a very tight spot. Modi, who still has to answer to the 3rd show-cause notice slapped on him by the BCCI, is in Italy at the moment, and his naming Amin as one of the bidders is being seen as an attempt to deflect attention away from Sharad Pawar, someone who has always backed Modi and is still one of his supporters, albeit a silent one. With Anjali Doshi in Mumbai, Akash Das Gupta for NDTV.
Well, time to slip into a short break, but up next, the so-called cleanup on the street is done. Now it is time to rehabilitate the mentally ill. Find out who's helping on the other side.